So I've been requested multiple times to do a video about how my school found out about my channel, and yeah, I'm deciding to record it today. And it's actually a really interesting story, so stick around, and yeah, let's get straight into the video. So, it all started about the beginning of 2020. Yeah, the beginning of 2020, and it's like mid 2021, so it's been about a year and a half since my school found out about my channel. And it was actually kind of a weird scenario. It's not like a lot of YouTubers where like, oh, they played it in school and da da da. But it's like, I was telling like my friends, cause I was like a middle schooler being like, oh, I should tell my friends about this so they can subscribe because they can help me get 100 subscribers, which was my goal for the end of last year. I told like so many of my friends, cause I have a lot of friends, and then I ended up telling that one wrong friend about my channel, and then everything just went so downhill. So, let's say February, I go and I'm in science class, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, hey, you wanna subscribe to my channel to one of my friends? And he's like, sure, sounds good. And so I'm like, okay, this is going fine, like nothing problematic has happened. Then, about a week later, I get a friend, and he's like, hey, because we're all sitting at the same science table together, because science is our first period of class. And he's like, hey, do you want to tell me how to subscribe to your YouTube channel? And I'm like, excuse me, what? What YouTube channel? I don't have a YouTube channel. No, I didn't say I didn't have a YouTube channel. I was like, oh, okay, like, what's your number? Da da da, I'll write it down. And he's like, thanks. But then I'm like, let's call him John. Look at John, and I'm like, did you tell him about our channel? Not our channel, my channel. And he's like, maybe. And I'm like, bro, like, don't go around telling other people about my channel. So, quarantine comes, and I'm sitting there with Math Olympics my last year, unfortunately. And I asked one of my friends for her phone, and she's like, sure. And we'll call her Lily for the sake of this story because she will pop up later on. And so I say to Lily, I'm like, hey, can I see your phone? She's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then she gives me her phone, and I secretly subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I was like, yes. And actually, she asked right before I moved, hey, do you have a YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah, I do, but I already subscribed to you like a year and a half ago. And we both started laughing so incredibly hard. So the Math Olympics passed, and now it's summer of 2020. There was no contact with any of my friends whatsoever except Glyphic and Guardian, who I made tons of videos with, especially Glyphic. And I come to school, and I create myself a Discord server. Now, I was like, oh, I'm new to Discord, and then, because my friend Glyphic showed me how it works and everything, and I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't bad. And then I'm starting to get used to it, so I announced it after the Among Us video, and then I see someone that my friend Glyphic, she told me about one of her friends who had an Xbox account that she was friended with. So I was like, oh, okay, and so I friended him on Xbox. So basically, he comes on the server, and what should we call him? We'll call him Dan. So Dan comes on the server, and okay, my guy just fell. So Dan comes on the server, and I'm like, bro, wait, what? How do you know about this? And he's like, oh, because you told Lily about the server, and I overheard you talking about it. And I'm like, wait, how did you overhear from Lily about the Minecraft channel that I run that now is Among Us? How did you know? Because I never explained it. He's like, no, you were there, you explained it to me and all that. And I'm like, I was at the Math Olympics that you were not at. And how did you? This doesn't make sense how you found my channel from the math. So I'm just sitting there, just bewildered, because I know he had just straight up lied to my face about it, and probably came from the Among Us video, or Glyphic told him, which honestly wasn't that bad. If you're watching this video, hello. So then we fast forward a bit. Now the channel was starting to get up, because, you know, I had 4,000 subscribers at that point. And, you know, probably like the highest people that I knew that had social media were TikTokers, and they had like 2,000 to 3,000 followers. But with YouTube, like, that's just crazy. And apparently, that's like one of the most popular things for social media followers. I don't know. People were complicated from that area. So I'm just sitting in history class. So we had a block semester schedule, even though I had the same people with me. I switched classes. So I'm sitting in history. It's third period. Third period history is pretty cool because we have lunch in the middle of it. And I'm just sitting there in history, and we're talking about like editing and all that for like our history project that we have to do. And then I don't even remember what the subject was. It's somewhere around that. But all of a sudden we have John come out and blurt, "Griffin has a YouTube channel." And I turn around in shock, like, excuse me, did you just say that? And so I'm over there just like, what the heck? And I'm just in disbelief about this entire situation. And everybody in the class turns to me and is like, "You have a YouTube channel with 4,000 subscribers?" And I'm like, maybe. And then literally, like, a ton of my classmates looked it up during lunch, where we were allowed to have our phones. And I'm like, oh, okay, I shouldn't have told it. And this is John, by the way, who said all of this. And I don't even know why he would say all this. Like, just why? So I'm just staring into my desk, and my best friends are laughing because they're like, bruh, like, why would he just blurt that out? And they're just not even laughing at me. They're just laughing at him for just doing that. So I'm honestly just like, okay, it's out. And then slowly people from like the other grades start finding out, because, you know, once you're in high school, you know, you kind of disconnect from all the other grades. Let me kill this guy. He's annoying me. Trying to stay focused on the game while also being focused here. Wow. And so basically, I'm just, honestly, at that point, I was like, I'm out of here. There you go. So honestly, that's kind of like how they found out. It's not my entire school. I don't even know if it's my entire school. But all I know is that that's probably one of the weirdest things, because I've watched a ton of, people found out about my YouTube channel at school and college and all that from, like, you know, Tommy in it. And it wasn't like people playing your videos in class. It's just people finding out just randomly. And I'm like, and then like also people giving it away, which, I mean, I shouldn't have told John. John, if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about too. I remember these, like, literally that they happened like yesterday. So honestly, that's my story, and it's gonna get better because I just moved like an entire 24-hour drive away from where I used to live. So honestly, we'll see how this goes. So, and I'm getting yeeted, and I almost clutched, but okay. But yeah, that's how my school found my channel, and I moved. So there's an entirely new school with like 5 times as many people just sitting there. And I'm not going to tell any of them about it because I know it's going to happen at some point. But if this channel goes places, especially over the summer, because I'm trying to make better videos, you know, like, oh my goodness. So hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys.